Senior Alisha Gomez-Shah, in your senior year, you have behind you 3 NCAA appearances, one of which where you claimed All-American honors. Mm-hmm. How does that experience kind of impact the way you approach this final campaign?
So in this last year, one of my goals is, again, to make it to NCAAs. 4 appearances would be incredible, but to add another All-American honors to that would be the icing on the cake. So that's kind of where my whole, game plan is from when I got here on campus in September until March. That is my top goal, is to make it to NCAAs again, to be able to represent Northwestern at that level, which is one of the hardest playing fields I've ever been on, would mean the world to me.
And coming from the Bergen lineage, Coach Stetsev is now at Princeton in his first year as head saber coach there. Mm-hmm. Where's the first meet that Northwestern and Princeton will kind of square off?
I believe the first meet won't come until either later this fall or in the winter, and that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really interesting. Because also at Princeton is Allison Lee, who also came from Bergen, so it's always fun to match up against former club mates. We're best friends, off the strip, but having Oleg there is going to be a challenge, I think, but because I'm going to be essentially fencing him. But it'll be fun. It'll be nice to show him. Maybe I learned a couple of new tricks while I've been away, but it'll be good.
And you mentioned having some former club mates, current, now competing at other NCAA programs. Of course, that Bergen lineage is really fanned out. Yeah. Ohio State, Penn State, everywhere. What have the experiences been in the past with you fencing Bergen club mates?
They've all been good. They've all been really good experiences. I think we all understand that, our bond of being at Bergen growing up together, we were best friends. That never really goes away, but the second we step on that strip, we are competitors. We are representing different teams, so it's always fun. It's always friendly. It's never too serious. We sometimes actually do laugh on the strip if something funny happens, but it's a good time. I always look forward to it. Fencing Francesca Russo from Notre Dame or Allison from Princeton. It's always a good time.
Now, of course, bringing that back to this being your senior year, potentially your 4th NCAA appearance. What is something that you are incorporating into your game this year that might be the differentiator?
Something that I'm trying to incorporate a little bit more is improving my footwork. I suffered a shoulder injury end of my freshman year, and I've been struggling with that a little bit, and I think that working on my footwork is going to help me have an upper hand on my components, being able to move faster in and out of the box, especially with the new rule changes, with the timing differential and the different start time, different starting place on the on-guard line. I think my footwork is really going to be my number one component, my number one weapon.
And with footwork so essential to this sport, how are you addressing that, and how are you trying to make gains that are not only upping your level but potentially moving you past the competition?
So every week I have 2 lessons with Luther, and at the start of each lesson we talk about kind of either results from the weekend before or things that we saw during practice that we can improve upon. So we go into each week with a very clear goal, a very clear focus in what part of my fencing, what part of my footwork that we want to change or improve.
And are there particular drills that you find to be most helpful in making those improvements?
Not one that pops up into my head. I think it's really a combination of everything that ultimately will help me improve. Mixed strategies have always been a fan favorite of mine.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck applying it.
Thank you.
Thank you.